After living in the greater Phoenix Valley for over 25 years and specializing in helping families and retirees locate here to our city, I have addressed nearly every question about moving to and living in the Phoenix Valley. I'm Kody Romero, your local Phoenix realtor, and I am here to help you navigate your move here to the Valley of the Sun. This video will be an outline of the 46 most common questions that I hear all of the time about moving to the Phoenix Valley. We will cover cost of living, the lifestyle, the best neighborhoods, the weather, and so much more. Getting right into it with question number 1, is the cost of living cheaper in Phoenix? Phoenix's cost of living is actually about 7 to 8% higher than the national average in the rest of the country, but it is a lot lower than other large cities like Seattle and Los Angeles. So for the size of the city, Phoenix's cost of living is quite reasonable. Housing in Phoenix is going to be the largest expense here, with that averaging about 16 to 17% higher than the national average. Number 2, what do homes cost in Phoenix? The median single-family home price in Phoenix is around $470,000, but if you're looking more in the luxury market in areas like Paradise Valley or Scottsdale, that can easily exceed over $1 million. More affordable options can be found in the outskirts of town in the East and West Valley. You can find a 3-bedroom single-family home between $350,000 and $450,000. Number 3, what is the weather like in Phoenix? Well, Phoenix is known as the Valley of the Sun, and that is because we get over 300 days each year of sunshine. Summer highs will average around 100 degrees, with the winter months being 60 to 70 degrees. Phoenix has minimal rainfall here, with an average of about 8 inches per year, and most of that comes during our monsoon seasons, which is the end of June through the middle of August. And a lot of people don't know this, but the nighttime temperatures do drop quite a bit here in Arizona, especially in the winter months. Now, it doesn't get freezing or anything like that, but it can drop below the 50s or sometimes the low 40s, and that's just because we're in a desert climate here, so it does cool down at night in the winter. Number 4, does it get super hot here in Phoenix? The simple answer is yes, it definitely does. The summers here are very hot, with the average temperature being over 100 degrees, and we have 110 days each year here where the temperature exceeds 100. And some years it can be worse than that. Like in 2020, we had 144 days where the temperature went above 100 degrees. Now, something to that extreme is pretty rare, but it does happen here. Number 5, are there water issues here in Phoenix? Now, the water is always going to be a concern in a desert, but it's not as bad as you might think. Phoenix actually gets most of its water from overground sources like the Salt River and the Colorado River. This is where we get over 60% of our water, and a fun fact is that we actually use the same amount of water as we did in 1950, even though our population has grown from 2 million then to over 7 million now. And this is because we have gotten really good at water conservation here in the valley. So water is always going to be a concern here in the valley, and it's definitely something to keep an eye on, but it's really not as bad as the media makes it out to be. If you're looking to move to Arizona, it's not as simple as just saying, I want to move to Phoenix. Phoenix is made up of over 24 different cities and towns, and each of them have their own pros and cons. That's why I created my free Phoenix Suburbs Guide. All you need to do is send me a text, give me a call or an email, and I can send you your free copy. It goes over all of the different suburbs in Phoenix, and it compares their pros and cons, the crime rates, the school ratings, the populations, and so much more information, including the best neighborhoods in each area. So just reach out to me and I'll send you your copy. Number 6, is the job market good in Phoenix? Phoenix has a very diverse economy with strong growth in healthcare, tech, finance, logistics, and construction. We have a ton of major employers here. Some of them are Banner Health, you have TSMC, you have Intel, and so many companies are moving their headquarters and manufacturing here to the Phoenix area. It's really becoming a big trend, so we expect a lot of future job growth here. The unemployment rate here in Phoenix is 3.4%, under the national average, which is 3.7%. Number 7, what is there to do in Phoenix? There is a ton to do here in Phoenix because it is such a large city. You have areas like Tempe that are more catered towards cultural events and art. You have Scottsdale, which is more about high-end dining, shopping, and golfing. And then you have cities that are on the outskirts that hold more Western-themed events like rodeos, bull riding, and things like that. With our sunny weather, we also have a ton of outdoor activities like hiking, biking. We have a lot of fishing, golfing, tons of outdoor things to do. Number 8, does Phoenix have wildfires? Wildfires are very rare in the Phoenix Valley itself because really there's just not a lot to burn here. We'll have the occasional brush fire, but usually those are going to be put out pretty quickly. We will see fires pretty much every year in northern Arizona because we have a lot more pine forests up there and it's a lot more susceptible to fires. That really doesn't affect the valley. The smoke doesn't come down in here very often. The only thing it can affect at times is sometimes you'll have limited access to northern Arizona if a large fire breaks out, but it's somewhat rare. Number 9, does Phoenix have any natural disasters? One of the best things about Phoenix is the lack of natural disasters. We are not prone to earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, severe flooding, wildfires, really anything like that here. We don't even have a lot of hail that comes through the valley. Number 9, do we have a good airport? Our airport is called Sky Harbor International Airport, and we have a great airport. It's known as America's friendliest airport. We have flights to basically every major city and a ton of different international destinations, so you really won't find issues finding flights pretty much anywhere. Sky Harbor Airport is located in downtown Phoenix, so really it's a convenient location no matter where you live in the valley. Number 11, what are the top downsides to living in Phoenix? I could probably make a whole video on this topic alone, and I probably will sometime, but one of the main downsides is the obvious one, and that is the summer heat. It can be a major challenge for some people. Another downside is that there are some high crime rate areas, specifically in more central and south Phoenix. The suburbs of Phoenix, on the other hand, tend to have very low crime rates, and some of them rank the best crime rates in all of the country. But like all large cities, we do have our areas with higher crime. Another major downside compared to some other larger cities is that our public transportation is terrible here. We do have a light rail system that's being expanded, and it can get you from, a couple places to another, but overall, you're really going to need a car when you live in Phoenix. Our public transportation is not good. And that leads us into number 12, is Phoenix walkable? Phoenix is not a very walkable city at all. Now, you're gonna have a couple areas, where you live, where you can easily walk to grocery stores and restaurants and your job and things like that. But overall, you're probably going to want a car in Phoenix. Phoenix is known for its urban sprawl, so we really built out rather than up. So a lot of things are far away. If you want to go to a nicer restaurant or, go visit some friends, you're going to want a car here. Number 13, what are the best parts about living in Phoenix? One of the biggest attractions of Phoenix is that we have pretty affordable housing compared to other large cities, and that's because the greater Phoenix area is made up of 24 different cities, so you have a lot to choose from. You can live in the suburbs and save money, or you can live more centrally if you have a higher budget. Another big draw is that you'll never miss the sunshine again. You'll probably actually get sick of it. We have over 300 days of sunshine here in the valley. We also have very low property taxes for the most part. On about a $600,000 house in Phoenix, you will only pay $3,000 per year for property taxes. We also have abundant outdoor activities here, from hiking in the valley to endless golf courses. We also have access to northern Arizona, where you can go snowboarding, fishing, hiking, off-roading. And we have a very strong current job market and future projected job market, as well as no social security tax. So that really draws in retirees as well. Number 14, what are the biggest cities in the Phoenix metro? Well, you have the city of Phoenix itself, which has about 1.6 million residents. Then you have Mesa at 500,000. You have Gilbert and Chandler at 300,000, and you have Glendale with 250,000. And then we have a bunch of other cities, in that range. Like I mentioned, the Phoenix metro is made up of 24 cities and towns, and the Phoenix metro as a whole has over 5 million residents in it, which ranks as the 10th largest city in the nation. Number 15, what is the political climate of Phoenix? Arizona is a battleground state, and recent elections show that Arizona has a very balanced political climate. Phoenix leans pretty moderate, with areas like Scottsdale leaning conservative and areas like Tempe leaning a lot more liberal. Number 16, how are the schools in Phoenix? Well, Phoenix does have a lot of options. We have public schools, private, charter, but we're really not known for our schools here in Phoenix. Now, we do have some really good school districts that are pretty well known, but some of our school districts are just okay, and that's probably how I would describe Phoenix's schools, is just okay. But like I said, there are some areas with really great schools, and there are some amazing private schools here and charter schools. So if you are interested in more information like that, I can help guide you if it's relevant to you. Number 17, are there good restaurants and dining in in Phoenix. We have a very vibrant dining scene here, especially in Scottsdale and downtown Phoenix. Restaurants range anywhere from high-end steakhouses to trendy restaurants, and we have a lot of affordable options as well. And being closer to the border here, we have really great Mexican food. Number 18, why are so many people moving here? The warmer climate and sunshine is probably the #1 reason that people move here, especially from the Northwest, the East Coast, and the Midwest. Affordability compared to different California locations is another big reason, with 54,000 people moving here just from California alone in 2023. Our current strong job market and future projections are bringing a lot of people here, with high-paying tech jobs, manufacturing jobs, and a lot of healthcare jobs as well. Number 19, how is the medical care and hospital quality here? We have abundant healthcare options here in Phoenix because we're such a large city and we have a very large retirement population. Banner Health and Mayo Clinics are going to be the top options here in Phoenix, with our healthcare costs coming in about 5% lower than the national average. Specialists are generally pretty easy to find here as well, again because we're a large city and we have a lot of retirees, so there is high demand for different specialists. Number 20, what are the best areas to live in? This is really going to depend on your home criteria, your budget, and your lifestyle. If you're looking for a more central location and you have a bit of a higher budget, then Scottsdale is going to be an amazing place to call home with a ton of high-end dining options. You have a ton of golf, and it's just a very convenient location. If you're looking more for affordability, then places like Queen Creek, Surprise, Peoria, and Mesa are going to be good options. Reach out to me and I can give you more personalized suggestions based on your lifestyle and budget, including some of the best cities and neighborhoods for you. Number 21, what areas have higher crime in Phoenix? Some areas of South and Central Phoenix are really going to stand out to you if you look at a crime map, and this is really where our high crime areas are located. Most of them are going to be real close to the city center. If you reach out to me for my Phoenix Suburbs guide, every different neighborhood and city in there has its crime rating, so you can really compare the different options. Number 22, what is the homeless situation in Phoenix? A lot of people from other large cities have this question, and we do have our fair share of homeless population. If you're in the downtown area, you're probably going to run into it a little bit, but if you're more in the suburbs, it's rarely going to be an issue. We do have a lot of local policies here that prevent public camping and different things like that. Really isn't a big issue in most places. Number 23, what are the activities for retirees? Well, we have a lot of golf here. We have a lot of pickleball. You have a ton of cultural events. You have volunteer opportunities. Active retirement communities are also abundant in Phoenix. We have a ton of different communities to choose from. I've made a lot of videos on this, but in these communities, you have resort style pools, you have fitness centers, you have clubs and groups that you can join, pickleball, golf. So it just really keeps you involved. So Phoenix is really a great place for retirees. Number 24, how competitive is the housing market? The housing market is still, fairly competitive, but it has definitely cooled down in recent months with the high interest rates. Homes in Phoenix are staying on the market about 59 days on average, and if homes are priced well, they can sell in about 2 to 3 weeks, but if they're priced high, they will stay on the market longer. The spring and early summer are always going to be our busiest seasons, with our slowest season being from Thanksgiving to Christmas. Number 25, what are the utilities costs in Phoenix? People moving from California or Washington are always stunned at how low our utility rates are. Our utility costs align about with the national average, but compared to other large cities, it is lower than most. The issue here is that in our 4 to 5 summer months, you're running your air conditioning basically all the time, so this will add $100 to $150 onto your bill. But in the 7 to 8 cooler months of the year, you really have very low bills here because you don't use a lot of heat. We also have a lot of solar here, so if you're going to be in a home for long term, it might be worth adding solar on. Number 26, what are the most common home types in Phoenix? Single family homes dominate Phoenix. You'll see most homes are going to have an average size, 8,000 to 10,000 square foot lot with a normal backyard. But we do have a lot of areas where you can find a larger lot, from a 1/4 acre all the way up to an acre, and some even larger than that. New construction in Phoenix is booming as usual. So if you're looking for a home in Phoenix, new construction is probably going to be something you'll want to consider. Condos and townhomes are definitely still available in Phoenix, but they are going to be in more urban areas. We do also have some high-rise living here in Phoenix if that's more of your style. We have a lot of that in Tempe, you have that in Scottsdale, and of course downtown Phoenix. Number 27, is Phoenix suitable for remote workers? The answer is yes. Phoenix is really great for remote workers because you can get to the outskirts of town, live in a really nice, safe neighborhood with good schools, and it's a lot more affordable than living closer to downtown. We have great internet here in Phoenix, mostly because a lot of our areas are newer, so there's even fiber in a lot of locations, which provides the highest internet speeds. And, cell service is great in Phoenix like it is pretty much everywhere. Number 28, what is the buying land and building a custom home process like? This is going to be a little bit expensive and a time-consuming project, but if you're looking for a more custom design in a very particular home plan and you're okay living more in the outskirts, then this could be a good option for you. You're just going to have to go through all the permit process and everything like that. I can help guide you on that if that is what you're looking at. Number 29, are there a lot of homes on acreage in Phoenix? The simple answer is yes. There are a lot of options here where you can find homes on larger lots, but it's really going to be budget dependent. If you're looking in areas like Queen Creek or Surprise or Peoria on the outskirts of town, then you'll be able to find these options at a fairly affordable price. But if you're looking for a larger lot closer to the city center in like Scottsdale or a nice downtown Phoenix area, then you are going to have a fairly high budget for that. Number 30, and I get this question all the time, when is the best time to buy a home in Phoenix? There is no golden time to buy a home in Phoenix because we don't have an extremely slow season like some other states where they get buried in snow or rain for half of the year, so it really slows down. We don't have that so much in Phoenix. Here, the only real slow season that we have, which I think is pretty much everywhere across the country, is going to be between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So during this time, there's a lot less buyer competition, so you might be able to find a better deal, but at the same time, there's less homes to choose from. Whereas in the spring and early summer market, there's going to be a lot more home options to look at, but there will be more buyers in the market. Number 31, what are the average days on market for a home? Here in Phoenix right now, our average days on market sits right about 59 days. A home that's priced right and shows really well can sell a lot quicker in 2 to 3 weeks, somewhere in there. But if you price high, like a lot of people want to do right now, the home will sit on the market for a while because our inventory is higher. Number 32, what are the average rent prices? The median rent here in Phoenix as a whole is about $1,650 per month, and you can find a 3-bedroom home on average for $2,000 per month. There are more affordable areas like Glendale and Mesa that you can find more affordable options. Number 33, are there a lot of vacation rentals and Airbnbs in Phoenix? Yes, there are a ton, especially in areas like downtown Scottsdale and downtown Phoenix. So much so that these are actually getting a little bit saturated, especially in the Scottsdale market. Number 34, how bad is the traffic in Phoenix? Our traffic is really pretty minimal compared to other large cities, but we do have our fair share of congestion in certain areas like downtown, in Tempe, or if you're leaving the city or coming into the city during rush hour. Number 35, what are the best neighborhoods? Again, this is going to be really dependent on your lifestyle, your budget, the type of home that you're looking for. Phoenix is so large that we have countless great neighborhoods to choose from depending on what your lifestyle is. Some of my favorite more affordable neighborhoods are Marley Park in Surprise or Legato in Queen Creek. If you're looking for more of that small town feel with tree-lined streets and a really tight-knit community, I would suggest looking at Verado in Buckeye or Agritopia in Gilbert. Again, there are just so many great neighborhoods here in the Phoenix Valley depending on what you're looking for. So just reach out to me and I can give you specific recommendations based on your criteria. Number 36, is every neighborhood in an HOA? No, but sometimes it will seem like it. We have a ton of new communities here in Phoenix, and basically all of the newer or new homes are going to be in some sort of HOA. So if you don't want an HOA, you'll probably be looking at a bit of an older home. Number 37, is Phoenix suitable for retirees? Phoenix is excellent for retirees with our low taxes. We have a warm climate. We have a ton of different retirement communities, great golf, pickleball, cultural events. Number 38, what are the best outdoor activities for families? Hiking is a very popular activity here in Phoenix, especially in the cooler months, and during the summer months, a lot of people escape to Flagstaff, which is about 2 hours away, where the temperature will be about 30 degrees cooler. Up there, you can go hiking, off-roading, you can go fishing, boating on lakes. And boating is another very popular activity we have here in Phoenix. With so many days of sunshine, you can really go boating any time of the year. We do have a few large lakes right around Phoenix. Lake Pleasant is in the Northwest Valley, and Saguaro Lake is in the East Valley. And there you can go boating, fishing, tubing, swimming, and it's just really great escape from the heat. Number 39, how are the golf courses? We have home to some world-class golf courses here. You can join a bunch of exclusive clubs if you want to, or we have a lot of affordable options as well because we have so much golf here. So if you're into more affordable options, we'll have that for you, but if you want high-end luxury, there's that here too. Number 40, is there a lot of fishing and hunting here in Arizona? Fishing is strong in the Phoenix Valley at the Salt River and the nearby lakes. Hunting is going to be more abundant in northern Arizona where we have great deer and elk hunting. Arizona is actually home to some of the country's best elk hunting. And one of my favorite things about Arizona is that we are home to a ton of public BLM lands. So getting out in the outdoors and going camping or off-roading, hunting and fishing is very accessible here. Number 41, how far is the closest beach? Our closest beach is going to be San Diego, which is about 5 to 6 hours away by car. Number 42, is there a strong sense of community in Phoenix? It is going to be stronger in smaller suburbs like Gilbert or Chandler. It is not going to be as strong in different urban areas like downtown Phoenix. Smaller town-feeling neighborhoods are going to have a lot of this tight-knit feel, such as Verrado, Agritopia, and Anthem. Number 43, what are the best small towns in Phoenix? Phoenix is not home to very many small towns. We don't have a lot of that here, but we do have some neighborhoods that feel like small towns. Gilbert, Queen Creek, Verrado, and Agritopia are going to be the areas that probably feel the most like a small town here, even though they aren't necessarily small towns. Number 44, does it ever snow in Phoenix? No, it will never snow in Phoenix. Very, 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 very occasionally in the foothills, we'll get a little dusting of snow. You'll see a picture of a saguaro with a tiny bit of snow on it. But other than that, we don't get any snow here in the valley. Number 45, is there wildlife in Phoenix? We do have our fair share of wildlife here in the valley. We have coyotes, javelina, rabbits, bobcats, different things like that here in the valley. Northern Arizona is home to deer, elk, mountain lions, antelope, bears, and really a lot of wildlife in northern Arizona. Number 46, are there rattlesnakes and scorpions everywhere? This is a big question that I get all the time because it's a huge concern for people. Technically, yes, rattlesnakes and scorpions are everywhere because we are in the desert, but you're more likely to see them in the more outskirts of town, in the newer developments way out in the desert. In the more urban areas, you're not really going to see them too often. If you're hiking, you do need to watch out for snakes, especially in the warmer months. In the winter, they are pretty dormant. Scorpions can occasionally be an issue at some people's houses if you don't keep up on them. All you need to do usually is spray once every quarter, and you'll probably never see a scorpion. We are in the desert, so the scorpions and rattlesnakes are out there. You'll probably just never see them in your house. We are done with our list. Now you know everything that you need to know about Phoenix, and all that's left to do is pick up the phone, shoot me a text or an email, or just give me a call, and we can get started on your move out here, or I can send you my free Phoenix suburbs guide so you can start your research. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you at the next one.